Okay, check this out. If anyone's ever seen the series Eastbound and Down,
wouldn't want to see the Kenny Powers.
They mentioned the sculptor of Big Willie, a guy by the name of Bob Duato. He's done sculptures like this up and down the coast, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And he did this one, Big Willie. And what's interesting to me is we watched this be built. I want to say it was like right in here, right on his jawline. It's been covered up and painted. He signed his name. To him, it was art. I believe the owners felt differently, and they said, well, no, that's ours, and that's part of our sign, and here's your check, and goodbye. Bob Duato actually has a store here in Panama City Beach. Maybe we'll stop in on him sometime and get his version. Bob Duato. Welcome to the channel. I am Matt the Lizard, your guide in this adventure and exploration. Today, we're gonna check out beach accesses 37 and 38. Another combo because they're so close together. As always, keep both hands inside the video until it comes to a complete stop. And I do want to put a special thank you to everyone out there who watches the videos all the way to the end, and people who come back every week after week watching my videos. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, let's go see what's going on. Parking in Panama City Beach can be an issue at times. There are more public lots than I realized when I started this series, but they're not always everywhere you want to be. That direction, Walmart over there. If you park in their lot during the peak times and you are not a paying customer going into the store, if you park and then start walking to the beach, they have spotters. They will tell you. It's unfortunate. I can't say I blame them. I don't really have much sympathy for a big corporation, but I do see their problem. It interferes with their other customers being able to come in and park. But if you look here, I'm at a public lot. It's not very fancy, but it's adequate. Probably, I don't know, a couple hundred cars can fit in here. We're directly across the street of the backside of the Ripley's, believe it or not, which I'm gonna eventually do a video on. And Coconut Creek and the Grand Maze. The white fenced area is a labyrinth, and the four like Talapa huts inside are little checkpoints that you can get through the maze. Very cool, family owned, been here for years. Probably the first thing I noticed when I came to work. I actually work across the street on the other side. Really nice people that own it. There are some business class motels. It's Woodspring Suites is brand new. Low on the amenities, but a little bit cheaper. They're not beachfront. Maybe for an extended stay or something like that. I don't believe they even have a pool there. All right, where I'm standing is the former site of Panama Speedway. No, not full-size cars. It was go-karts. And in my opinion, I'm not an engineer, I just play one on YouTube. It was one of the fastest go-karts I'd ever been on. I don't know if they kind of pushed the envelope. I'm sure a lot of those things are state regulated, but they were very fast. And you can actually, there's part of the track right here I just saw. That's one of their divider gates. If you look, the entrance is here. The track used to go around this whole area. The guy who ran it, general manager, his name was Rex. He was quite a character. I haven't seen him in years. There's probably some cool stuff left behind here, but it looks like the city must have bought it and turned it into public parking. What's really nice about this is if you look ahead, you'll see the U-Haul trailer and another trailer. That can be a problem in some of the condos if you come here on vacation. You get your typical family who has an SUV like this, okay? Mom, dad, 3 kids, a dog, and everybody brings 3 suitcases, you can see how the SUV would fill up quite quickly. So a lot of people will rent a U-Haul trailer or have their own, and they get to the condo and they find out, uh-oh, can't park trailers on property. So this is a good solution, something like this. You'll just download the Passport parking app. I'm not sure of the rates, and I don't like to talk prices anyway, because who knows, maybe 10 years from now, somebody will be watching this video and the price will be wrong. One can hope. But you can download the app and park here. And the Passport app is handy because I've seen it used in other cities I've been in. I believe St. Petersburg was the last place I installed it on my phone. Park here, there's plenty of room. The one thing I will say is it's not lit, it's not secured, and it's a park at your own risk situation. But it is an alternative. And something else that's nice about this, if you were to park here, you could walk to a few of the attractions down that way. Now, we're not like some places where there's no parking at the attractions. Most of them have adequate parking, but if you want to have like a home base, come here, you know, get your supplies, get a drink, whatever, and go continue walking. We're not really a walk friendly city because everything is spread kind of far out, but it's an option for some people. You know, a lot of people, I see messages on the Facebook pages, they're coming to Panama City, you know, where do I park? How do I get there? Something like this does make a good option for people. And you can see across the way, we do have some conveniences. There's Walgreens. I mentioned Walmart. At the corner, there's Zaxby's and Checkers. Further at the corner, we have a donut place. And around the corner is Hungry Howie's. Over here behind me is the Shellport. Since 1977, I would say if you're going to go to a tourist place, some people, you know, the lowest common denominator is buying souvenirs at Walmart or whatever. Some people buy at a gas station on their way out of town. Something like this is family owned, and I think kind of cooler, actually. Always better to support the family business. I don't believe they're open now. They might be. Maybe I'll go shoot in there, or at least I'll just show you a highlight. They have a huge assortment of shells, shark's teeth, stuff like that. I've bought things in here over the years. Nice people. And then if you could see as we round the bend, there's something wrong with that building. Can you see it? It's upside down. Okay, that's WonderWorks. There's one in Orlando that looks just like it. I think there's one in Vegas. There's probably a couple more. But I kid you not. When they built it and started getting the exterior done, and you could see the rock foundation, okay? We'll get a closer shot of that. I had people coming in, because I work right down the street, saying, what's wrong with it? Really? What's wrong with it? So we just started making up stories like, oh yeah, it was an earthquake, volcano, tornado. Because I don't understand how you could think that that actually happened. That'd be like asking, why is this big ship here in the middle of the ground? Because it's a tourist place. They're trying to get your attention. Oh well, what can you do? And you can see behind the parking lot, Lake Town Wharf. For about 4 months after Hurricane Michael, that was our home. They treated us well. Kind of busy, kind of crazy over there at times, especially now. We're almost into summer, school's almost out. Can't beat the view. And then on the other side of this tree line and going towards that direction is Signal Hill Golf Course, which we've kind of circled as we came around Thomas Drive. You can see a little bit closer view, Coconut Creek. I might have said Coconut Grove before. It's Coconut Creek. Sorry. They have a golf course, and they have another course on the back that they just put in. And then on the back side over here, you can see through the trees is their Grand Maze. And they're right next to the Ripley's, believe it or not. And they have some Titanic, I don't want to say exhibit, they have a Titanic area in there. And then a closer shot of Wonderworks. Yeah, look at that building. What happened to it? How'd that happen? I am not kidding how many times I was asked that. I mean, I guess it's a fair question, but I don't know. All right, we'll go see what else is going on down the beginnings of the strip, still in the county portion of Panama City Beach. Hey, you can see Ripley's, believe it or not, behind me. Several attractions inside. I believe it's a franchise. It might be company owned, I don't remember. But like most Ripley's, you have to have two things: the shrunken head and a statue of Robert Ludlow, the tallest man ever to live. They have both of those, but the shrunken head, this is the only Ripley's that has 3 of them. I will be doing a video in there soon. They're closed right now. It's pretty early in the morning. But you can see how cool it is. This used to be a bar a long time ago, that portion of the building. And then they built the ship almost close to the same time as they built Wonderworks. What happened to that building? How'd that get like that? It's cool. It's nautical themed on the outside, which kind of goes along with our city. That's weird. Usually these propellers spin. You think that's just a little fountain pond. I think we calculated it. This has almost as much water in it as a residential swimming pool. Where I work, we do pool cleaning. And we had put a bid in over here to clean this. And it's kind of neat. You can see the back side of it. Again, we're at the corner of YouTube. We're at the corner of Hutchinson and Front Beach. At one time, where you see that Parlor Donuts sign, there was a gateway arch and King Neptune, a big giant statue, which when they updated the sign ordinances, they said was a sign, not a statue, not art. I believe where it says heat wave, I'll show you here, and purple haze. You see that sign in the distance right underneath that billboard? If I remember correctly, that was the skeleton for King Neptune. And it would say, welcome to Panama City Beach right there, because the beach starts here. From this point that way, we're in Bay County, unincorporated Panama City Beach. I have a Panama City Beach address, but for tax purposes, we're in the county. I live in Panama City Beach that way, but I work right down there. I think the city line had been extended. I'm not real sure of this. Somewhere right in here, they were trying to get some extra revenue from the restaurants. And you see the attractions. You can see that we do have some restaurants here. There's Gin Super King. It is what it is. It's a low price buffet. I've had many good meals there. Fresh. It's not expensive. The best thing about it is if I don't want to wait for Uber Eats or something at work and I don't brown bag it, I can go there for, you know, a few dollars, get a pound of food. I'm happy. And next to it is a place called Dirty Dick's. Forgive me for the double entendre, but it does seem like every beach town has a place named something like that, and isn't that funny? I haven't eaten there in quite some time. I wouldn't comment on it. I don't know. You know, maybe I can do a food review over there, see what it's like. All right, let's go see what else is going on down here. Okay, we're continuing on Front Beach Road. You can kind of see behind me is Angela's Steak Pit. I believe they've been in business since 1957. That's quite a long time for a business. They put out some good steaks. Again, another locally owned, family owned place. Recently did a bunch of renovations. And what's something interesting to me, and I love stuff like this, that's Gus, the 20,000 pound steer. Now, I might be losing track of how many Gus's there have been. There was a Gus here when I first moved here. And as far as I know, he got removed to be painted and got put on a billboard up on 231. And then they replaced him. So I believe it's fiberglass. Then Hurricane Michael came and it devastated this community. It knocked poor Gus over and into the building. So poor Gus, he got hurt. They took him away. On my Instagram, I put pictures of when they replaced him. And then recently this year, and they had to use a crane. It was a big ordeal. This year, they put a new base for Gus. Look at those beautiful pavers. I mean, they really did a nice job. And it's kind of smart because it is a landmark. Even when I tell people how to get to where I work, I say just look for the big steer. And they're good people who own this place. They open up around 4 o'clock in the afternoon most days. And as soon as they fire those cookers up, you see the chimneys over there? I smell it and it makes me hungry. I am Pavlov's dog all the way. All right, and then across the street, we'll go take a closer look. You'll see Pirates Island mini golf. This is a Ocean's restaurant. Has been under construction since the hurricane. We're looking at about 6 years. It was an appliance place, and I think before that it was a furniture or home decor place. We got Domino's Pizza, another family-owned business here locally. It's a franchise. And then I'll show you something really interesting. Just next to everything I just showed you is Big Willie's. Now they have 2 locations. One I think is called Blue Island. They're a lot closer to Pier Park. When I first moved here and started working in this neighborhood, this was like a batting cage, and then they had a tank battle, I think, where they could shoot each other with water cannons or tennis balls or something. It's been so long, I don't remember. And what's interesting about this, it's a cool souvenir store, is this whale. Much like Gus, this is a landmark. I tend not to tell people look for the whale because there's a couple of these in town. And what's interesting about this, his name is Big Willie, like the store. You see those teeth? He will never get gum disease because Big Willie, hopefully the acoustics are good in here, has so many people sit in his mouth and take pictures all day long. There's people all the time just sitting here taking a picture. I can look out the window where I work and see that. But they're a cool little tourist store. They have t-shirts. So a lot of times they do like sales on t-shirts, about $5. You know, that's great. I bought sunglasses there just because it's convenient to where I work. I don't know if they're doing the hermit crabs anymore. I would have to check on that because I think that's kind of one of those things that people are getting a little upset about. Because, you know, you take it and then it dies and it's not really fair to the crab. And some people say, oh, it's just a crab. But, you know, that poor crab, he's got choices he wants to make in life, right? Now, across the street, you can see Flagella Do It Best Hardware. A great little family-owned store. They have hardware for your house, Bondo for your condo. They sell swimming pool stuff. They clean pools. They fill propane bottles for barbecues. and forklift bottles and whatnot. Really, really nice people own and run this store. Not a sponsor, but full disclosure, I run that store. So I had to have some fun with it. Shout out to the Sarah family who owns it. My in-laws. If you're ever in town, give them a little love. If you're ever in another small town that has a small business like this owned by a family locally, give them some love too. I know I always try to. They need it, you know? And you can see just past there is another pizza place, Marco's Pizza. And then we're looking at that upside down building again. What happened to that? How did that happen? All right, hope I can get this in before there's too much traffic noise. This empty lot to the east of Flegala Hardware and to the west of the Domino's was once the home of Madam Starr and her husband, Mac Mitchell. A couple of very colorful characters. Mac touted himself as the Gypsy King of, I don't know, maybe the US, maybe Florida, maybe just Panama City Beach. His wife ran a fortune-telling business out front, which, you know, it is what it is. If you're going there for entertainment, that's great. If you're going there for life choices, that's probably not so great. We all know how cold reading works. You know, you seem like a very outgoing person who's kind of shy at times. Is that correct? You've lost something important in your life. Something you once loved. Is that correct? Yeah, see, I could do it. Well, he used to have a big giant house there, and it was like a split level ranch, probably built in the 50s or 60s, probably 60s if I had to guess. And when we had our last building boom, La Villa Beach Club, which is right over that way behind us, the owners of that bought this lot. And I don't know the facts, but the rumor was that they were gonna relocate their nightclub because they were selling their beachfront property. And that was probably 2005, 2006. So we're almost 20 years later and it hasn't happened. So it's possible they bought it just as an investment. Maybe they saw an opportunity. They tore the house down and it's kind of just, you know, gone back to nature. Interesting, not that tree, but the one behind it is actually a citrus tree. Every once in a while there's some lemons growing on there. Kind of like their beach club. You know, who am I to judge a guy for buying something and not doing anything with it? And he's more than happy to continue to pay property tax on it without it producing any money. What do I know, right? I'm just a guy. It is a big giant property. I think it's like about 3 acres. It goes all the way to, there's a back road back there, which is Clarence. Has rear access to that. It borders where I work, and then it borders the Domino's, of course, I said. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if something ever goes in there. You know, possibly like an RV park or something like that might be a good fit. The for sale sign is long gone. As far as I know, it is still for sale. The listing agent was one of the owners. There's two brothers who own La Villa. One's a lawyer, one's a real estate broker. So, I don't know. Be interesting to see what happens. I guess they are getting a little revenue from the billboard, so maybe that makes it worth it. That side is a traditional vinyl wrap. The other side is one of those blip billboards, kind of like a pop-up on a computer. And I believe you run an ad on there. Yeah, it runs for like 15 seconds. So, who knows? Maybe they get some revenue out of that. Hopefully they do. Just wanted to kind of complete the rounds here. Right here is Race City, which I filmed at before. Awesome place, been here for years. It used to be known as Super Speed Fun Park and the Game Palace, I think. Now the Game Palace is like laser tag on one level and a haunted house on the bottom. I have a video for that I did in the haunted house. It's really cool. And across the street you can see Pirates Island. Adventure golf. They're very specific to label it as such. Nice people who work here. I see them half the time, you know, like a couple times a day, because I'm so close to where I work. I actually worked there part-time one summer. It was fun. Hot though, very hot. And you don't get out till about 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes. People would come at midnight to golf. There's a couple of the workers, one of them being the GM, Desmond. That's the crew right there. Gonna come film you guys one of these days. They see, it's a very well-kept course. And I don't say it because I'm biased or anything. It is a really nice course. Coconut Creek is an awesome course too. I think they were built by the same guy. I wish the waterfall was on. You'd see what was happening there. Has these crazy 3-phase pumps on it. That's a lot of electricity to pump the water up that high. I don't know how high it is. You could not turn all the pumps on at the same time. It would cause a surge on the electrical grid. It could blow the transformers in the neighborhood. So you have to like click one on, look around, click another one on, look around, pick up the garbage, click another one on, make sure everything's good. And it is pretty cool. Some pranksters a few years ago, I wasn't working there at the time, thought it'd be cute to put Mr. Bubble in there. And we had suds coming out on the road right here. That was very naughty. And you can see down the way, there's a couple more motels. Getting into the budget class motels. I actually know the owner of that one, Executive Inn, nice guy. He's done a lot of modifications to it, cleaned it up. I would put it at like business class, good guy. And then you can see there's a go-kart track here. I'm not gonna go much further down because the 5-0 is here. And this portion of Front Beach Road might be 45 miles per hour. It's not posted, but I don't want to push my luck. You can see further down that way, there's Cobra Adventure Park. And then there's like a blacklight mini golf at the end of the street. It used to be a place called the Mariner Restaurant. So now it's a sleep-in hotel. Mariner Restaurant is gone. And they have the blacklight mini golf. I've never been in there, I have no idea. But if you're gonna do anything, I would say Pirates Island is good for the kids. They have 2 courses. Blackbeard's is a little bit more easy, and the Captain Kids course is a little bit more challenging. But it's a lot of fun. They got full 18 holes on each course. You can play both 36. They do some deals. They run some coupons. Look in your motel or your hotel condos. They should have some little brochure racks that'll have coupons for it in there. You can even get like the all-day pass. That's a good deal. And you can come and go as you want. But good people. I love all their decorations, and I'm constantly suggesting stuff to them because, of course, I like the horror stuff and the spooky stuff. And you can see they have a bunch of skeletons and things like that. The guy that I just said hi to, he's got a lot of skills in his toolbox as far as doing like artwork. He makes lures for fishing. He's done some silicone molds and stuff like that for some of the decorations here. And a lot of the rock work, I don't know about the waterfall, but a lot of the smaller rock work and boulders and stuff were built by his dad. So they're really artistic, creative people. I'm kind of jealous. All right, change is inevitable. We're getting close to our final destination of 37 and 38. I did kind of skip over, I don't know why I did. I just want to make sure to focus on those other attractions down there. But if you look here, this was formerly the site of Pompano's. It was actually a restaurant I quite enjoyed. Same owner had this that had the shrimp boat in St. Andrews, Panama City side of the bridge. Time marches on. They've recently, this past week, demolished this. I had heard that they're putting a condo in here. Of course, we're right across the street from Shores of Panama and Lake Town Wharf. You can see Pineapple Willie's and Sunbird down there. Long Beach, Waffle House of many. So I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting. I had heard like this property was once known as Petticoat Junction. The building behind the trees is actually the Super Walmart, or just Walmart. We don't call them Super Walmarts anymore. And there is like kind of a pondish swamp lake back there. I wouldn't advise going swimming in there. I'm sure there's lots of critters who will eat you. And I don't know how far on this construction site I want to go. Looks kind of hazardous right there. That's probably built over the water. You can see they're kind of cleaning it up here. Oh yeah, that's over the water, definitely. I better be careful. But I've eaten here many times. They had a version of the churrasco steak, which is a particular cut of meat. I think it originated in Costa Rica. It's a real thin but thick cut of meat. Not very fatty, it's not very chewy, it's really good. If that's your thing, you can go to Captain Anderson's restaurant, which we'll probably do a review at one of these days, and they have it there, and it's really good. I think those guys were the first ones to bring it here. They may have copied it, who knows. Again, look at all this crazy tile work. Let's see. Probably nothing worth salvaging. This will all be in the landfill soon. Oh yeah, that's all plywood. I think I'm standing on the only portion that's Firma. So I probably should not go any further. Big pumps, probably for their water, CO2 or something. Maybe there's a fire suppression system. I think this was the entry. No, that was the entryway, the ramp. And so, who knows? Maybe they'll clean out the lake. Put something here that'll be somewhat scenic. Oh yeah. Look at this. It's hollow underneath. Yeah, maybe we'll go over here. This looks okay. Something that's kind of quirky. I think before it was Pompano's, it had a Hawaiian theme. Look at the veneer boards. Look at this. Very mid-century tiki style. I don't know if it can be salvaged. I don't know if it should be salvaged, but it's interesting nonetheless. Oh yeah, look at that. That whole thing is collapsing into the lake. I guess the water goes all the way down there. I never realized. So the footprint will be interesting. Put condos or even another restaurant here. Let's see the water down there. Ooh, some of the flooring's falling down there. I better get out of here. This doesn't look safe. So anyway, that was the former Pompano's restaurant. Something new and exciting coming soon to this property. Watch this space. When they announce what it is, I'll come over and take a look. All right, you can see behind me, I can't stay very long. I'm not really in a parking spot. Parking through here can be difficult unless you're a registered guest. But I'm at Beach Access 37. That's Grandview East. This is Marisol. Condos, they're both pretty nice. Marisol has a decent little pool. I've never been inside Grandview East. But you can see there is a nice beach access going down. Shady. All right, and I'll show you 38 next. Can't shoot a YouTube video without motorcycle exhausts or leaf blowers. Live and let live. All right, right here is Beach Access 38. It bisects the majestic beach. At one time, this was the Barney Gray Motel. There's almost no way to, like, if you want to match up a picture, you couldn't do it because the landscape has changed so much. And it's a lot of people stay at Majestic. A lot of people want to know what's near Majestic. We're right down the street from my last video, but across the way you've got the Lick, which I'm going to probably focus on that in number 39 when I do that. There's Riders, it's like an outdoor bar patio. Oxygen Plaza, they do like tattoos, airbrush shirts, stuff like that. And you do have some properties across the way, Gulf Highlands in the distance, so that they're the ones who would use these beach access points. This would not be really a convenient one for somebody to come and park to unless you're a guest. You know, actually it says no golf carts here, and I drove my golf cart here, and I just figured I would apologize if somebody came, and I'm not gonna be long anyway. I'm not like parking it and leaving it, tearing through the property. I just pulled in so I could take some video. But that's majestic. And then going further that way, you've got the Holiday Inn down that way. Sunspray Resort, we'll do a video over there. A couple of special secret things there. There's a ghost over there. And somewhere along here, there's a hidden tunnel. We're gonna see if we can check that out. Okay, well, just because I did a beach access video on a day that it was kind of rainy in the past, and I didn't show much of the beach, a couple people commented on it. You know, it's the beach access series, where's the beach? Well, we're straddling the beach, and this is somewhere we've been before. I was here last week. The jury's still out on what this property was. A lot of people are saying it was the Beach Club Motel, which I don't quite remember, but I had a couple locals tell me that. And also they said that Hotel California was not there. It was actually there where the parking garage is. So I stand corrected on that. So I did want to just kind of show the wave action we've got today. And you could conceivably park at the place where I started my video and walk down here. There's probably better ways to do it. But look at those waves. They had a bunch of storms the past couple days. Surfers must be going crazy. It's weird. It's a single red flag. I don't see too many people in the water. So there you have it, and there it is. Thanks for watching. Beach access 37 and 38. Of course, I'm standing right next to 36 right now to do the outro. But I do appreciate everyone watching. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscriptions, people hitting the notification bell. All that kind of stuff does help me grow the channel. I'm getting there little by little, so I do appreciate anything you guys can do for me. If you can do any one of those things, that would be amazing. So if you enjoyed what you saw here today, please hit like. If you want to see more videos like this on my channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to find out when I upload a new video, hit the notification bell. Sharing my videos, if you found them really good, is helpful too on any of your socials. That would be appreciated. Every little bit helps. I'm a smaller channel right now. I'm trying to get in there with the big boys. Working on it little by little. We're making our way down the beach access points. I'd heard there was 100. I think there's only 96 that I've found. And there's a couple doubles, so we'll see. Some are numbered A and B and things like that. Well, remember, you are important, and the world needs more people like you. Matt the Lizard, out.